Hi all, so I'll do a review on the Oricom UHF 2190 4-wheel drive supercentre special. Comes with two units and the desktop charger. Yeah, so pretty basic unit, little 2-watt. Manual that comes with it doesn't actually tell you what the wattage of the unit is, so I looked online at the actual Oricom website and it tells me it's a 2-watt unit, which for a 2-watt unit is still pretty good. I had the nephew and his 4-wheel drive give me a bit of a call. Battery packs come with obviously 8 of these AAAs, 4 for each unit. You can use standard AAAs if you have to. They're only a nickel metal hydroxide battery, but it's better than, I think at least they're rechargeable. How long they last? Don't know. The manual says it takes between 10 and 14 hours to charge them up when they're really flat, so obviously it's a trickle charger. I believe there's a charger online. Port on the side here. For top one's your charging, bottom one's microphone headset. If you can see that there, it actually has got the squiggly line for power, the headphones. I've actually tried the connection that goes into the back of the handpiece. Straighten it up. Well, it does charge it, so I'm sure a car charger will be available for it at some point. A couple of surprising little things on it actually when I've had a bit of a play. On-off switch at the top, on-off and volume, which is pretty good. Channel 3 now. Holding the menu button down, which is the middle one, holding that down unlocks it, or if you want to lock it, hold it down, turns it on, so you can still transmit, but none of the other buttons get unlocked. I only want it for when we're outside the car exploring, going through. This little button on the side here was an interesting additive. Torch. Press it once for on, press it once for off. But if you turn it on and then actually hold the button down, it goes into what they call an SOS mode. So 3 flashes, 3 long, 3 short. So I guess if you're out somewhere stuck, you could actually be, using it. But just to actually turn the unit off, and the battery lights independently. So just press the button again to get out of it. When you turn it off, it goes back to normal torch mode. But that was a rather interesting little thing. One other little thing I found tonight, and my 6-year-old daughter seems to love, is this FM button does a couple of things, but one of them, when you turn it on, FM radio. Would you look at that? And one pressed off, one pressed on. Now, actually, let's do this very briefly. Turn this one on. It's on the same channel. Just put it over there. Back on the charger. But if I transmit on this other one, cuts the radio out so you can hear, and so you can be listening to the radio and someone can talk to you because it switches the radio off and then you hear what they want to say. Well, you can also transmit and talk back, and automatically goes back to radio. Well, that could be interesting if you're stuck somewhere, maybe side of the road with a sign in your hand, waiting for traffic to go past. Could be interesting. Certainly breaks the boredom. But the other thing I've found is actually if you hold it down turns the squelch off. So it actually receives everything. So very weak channels or weak signals, you can hear them. Right down again, switches it back on. Right, the other thing is the call button. You press that. Now we'll go to the menu first and we'll show you. Okay, press it once, you can change your channels up or down. Press it again, you've got the CTS sub channel. Within that channel you've got 38 sub channels, so you can change that, and I suppose you have more private for a group of users, so you can go 50 channel 0.1 or 0.10 or whatever that might be, I suppose you could call it that. But the third one is the digital setup, which if you go on, you can have up to, you can see there's 0, there's 1. If I go back down, okay, it's 83 sub digital channels that you can go to. If you go back to 0, hit the PT button and log it in, it goes back to normal and it saves it. And it'll just say off again, CT off. Right, so that's 3. Now 4, we've got the DSC, which is the, sorry, that's the, hang on, let me start again, there we go. Okay, 1 for channel, 2 for sub channels, and thing for the DS advanced digital coding, and then we've got the Vox, so voice activation, would you believe? And it actually works quite well, but it doesn't work if the FM radio's on. If the FM radio's on, you need to use the PTT button. The Vox button doesn't actually work. It doesn't work for that. So I've got Vox set at 3. So hello, hello, hello. And if I turn that up, turn the other way, radio right up. Hello, 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 hello. Voice activation. And it gives you the signal, lets you know the signal's changed, which is good. Interesting, yes. Need it? Well, sometimes I suppose you would. If you had the microphone headset in there, that would make sense. It would make a great deal of sense. Hands-free, I suppose. But you've really got to, what I've noticed is just give it a put and then start talking just to get it to activate, because otherwise it just doesn't cut in properly. So we got 1 channel, okay, CTCSS, digital coding, Vox. Now if I want to switch the Vox off, I just go down to off, and then hit the PT button to set it. Done. Now, right, we're going to 1, 2, 3. Next one is the scan mode. Now, and you can pick any channel you want to scan, and you can scan it up, and it'll just keep scanning all channels. You can go into scan mode, and I'll just keep scanning until you hit the PT button. It just goes back to channel 50 again. So you can scan all those channels, which is, I find, quite interesting, actually. Just remembering all that kind of thing. Activating auto scans pretty easy, up or down, or yeah, activating, see, manual, activating auto channel. And the other interesting thing is the call button. Now I've got mine set, and there's a little, see down there, down the bottom. I don't know if you can see down there. In the bottom corner, there's a little sort of vibrate type thing that comes up. I'm going to try and go into it. Okay, then you can scan mode for the digital frequencies, CTS sub frequencies. Scan the digital frequencies, 50 channel plus those frequencies. Now that's my call. Now I've got it on. There's 13 different types. Oh, 15. Oh, there you go. 15 different types of calls. One, two, three, 5, 6, 7, 10. Just trying to find one that's first. I've got mine set on 10. And I've got it set on level 2, which is, so if you go down, level 1 is just, you can see on the screen there, I think it's just set, just there next to the battery power one. It's a little bell, so it's just noise only. Oh crap, now I've got to go in there again. Alright. Oops. Okay, so that number 1 is noise only. Go up, it's noise and vibrate. You've got, you can just see that with the screen with little vibrate things next to it. And you got to be quick with these, that's for sure. Number 3 is vibrate only, so you can have sound only, vibrate only, or sound and vibrate. That's for the call. And yeah, I don't know if you can, maybe you can hear that, and I'll put the phone on it and it vibrates. Yeah, rather interesting. I keep it on 2 just for the sake of it. And what that is this little button here. I've got both units set up for it, so basically if someone's not listening or not talking or can't hear you, and if you've got the volume turned down, so I've just turned the volume down on that one, and on this one I will press the call button. I'll move it out of the way, so vibrating away. Yeah, obviously the volume does make a difference. But for some reason it only does it once. It doesn't do it a second time. So I've got this one wound up. I'll just press that button. Okay, call button. Which is quite, yeah, so you've got the vibrator and the call button on it, which is quite interesting. And the call ringtone, which, you know, we've just sorted out. The TX icon. And then we've got selecting a ringtone on there, activating your vibrator mode. Now, it's something here that I find quite a little interesting, is the setting the key tone on and off. Setting the Roger beep. The Roger beep is a tone which automatically transmitted whenever the PT button is pressed, like. Button is released. This alerts the receive to party and the PT phone. So you press the button 10 times on the menu button. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it's on, off, on. Okay, press up and down for on-off to select Roger beep. Okay, so I've got them on. All right. Which was also, oh, excuse me, it's also handy because you always know then when they've finished communicating to you, so you can talk back. Right, I'll just press the PTT button on the other one. I've got it at arm's length behind me so it doesn't, I'm not sort of transmitting too close. And yeah, okay, stops transmitting. Very interesting feature. It's always nice to know. Okay, setting the key tone on and off. Got to press the button 11 times. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Off. Okay, what's this? Your radio is capable of monitoring two channels. What's that? It's not the wrong one. This feature allows your radio unit to emit a confirmation tone after pressing each button. Okay, so that's the button presses that I've just turned on. I just accidentally pressed the call button. But that turns the buttons off, so it doesn't make a noise when you actually press the buttons anymore. Which I might actually do on the other radio. Tone off. Now DCMI. The DCMI icon will be displayed while off flashes out. Well, let's set the other radio up first with that. Get rid of that tone. Tone off. PT to set. Done. Right. Now, setting the dual watch mode. Your radio is capable of monitoring two channels, the current and another dual watch channel. If the unit detects a signal on either channel, it will stop and receive the signal. Okay. Duplex operation and repeaters, which is pretty standard, and all the rest of it, and setting repeater function and all that sort of thing. So I believe that's probably what it's to do with, possibly. Okay, what does it say there? I don't know if you can read that, guys. It's a bit blurry. There we go. Now, press the menu 12 times. This icon will be displayed while off. Flashes on the LCD screen. Press up and down button to select dual watch channel. 1 to 80 accept current channel. Continue pressing the menu button. Change the CTS code. Press up and down button to select the desired CTS code. Right, so you can go right through and monitor two channels. That's handy. You've got somebody on another channel or another group in the area. CTS code, up and down. Press the PT button to confirm your setting. Well, I don't think I really need to worry about that one for now, but for the money, $89 delivered, I think they were. Look, I got mine for about, I think it was $55 for the pair of them, because I got them as a deal with my winch, which is another video. Yes, so yeah, look, they're not the best unit in the world, but packed full of features. That a person would probably want to use. I mean, we only got it for when we're guiding someone through bog holes, when we're winching or checking out a spot ahead of the vehicle, when we're off-road. For that purpose, I think they're an ideal little unit. Not that dear, packed full of technology. Very surprised, to be honest with you. Very surprised. Personally, I'm a GME man. I like my GME units. They're probably much better quality, but they're twice the price. But for what these little units are and what you can do with them, yeah, it's pretty good. My nephew had he's got a 5-watt GME in his vehicle. I've got a 5-watt GME in mine. And he was here this evening and we were talking on the radio till I lost contact and he went down over the hill, down in the gully, and yeah, we're within line of sight. We're about nearly 3 kilometres line of sight and 2 watt, so that's more than strong enough for what we need. So yeah, there you go, the Oricom model 2190. Not a bad little unit for the money. Cheers.